Good evening. Welcome to TrueHouse, episode 439. I'm Justin House. Nice to see you all. I'm going to start with Twitch as well, if I can. Just letting me know. Okay. All right, let's see if this works. Good evening to Twitch as well. Episode 439 of TrueHouse with me, Justin House. Welcome. Is that working? Yeah, I think that's working. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. I think it's okay. Get my microphone in shot. Why don't you, Justin? Not sure how I clear that on. How do I get rid of that bar on Twitch where it says chat? Not sure I can get rid of it. Anyway, who cares? Now let's have that microphone down there a little bit. So we're good. You manage your channel directly from your phone. Sure I can. Can I do it from the Pixel? Anyway, I'm going to crack on and just see if anyone arrives. Right, so if you're new here, thank you for being here. Welcome. And I do these live streams with notoriously bad timekeeping. My new time is 6 p.m. or 1800 hours UK time. It's now just gone 7. So my excuse, what's my excuse? It's a Friday night and I've been having some technical difficulties. No, I haven't at all. I've actually been watching the Rittenhouse case. So that's my actual reason for being so, yeah, just really shit timekeeping. Anyway, let's talk about reality bites. Now, I've written it tongue-in-cheek, B-Y-T-E-S, as in the reference to computers. But here's the thing, guys and girls. Our own individual sense of reality. This has been thematically something I've been waffling on about for quite a few streams now. So I'm just going to check GarageBand. Sorry guys, I'm just going to check my levels here. Check ABC 123 Justin House, TrueHouse 439. Friday the 12th of November. It's working. Okay, let's have a look. It's microphone a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, the objective reality, our individual, the way we perceive reality, or should I say that's more, I'm just going to straighten that camera a little bit. More to the point. Here's let's just mention a cultural personality that we all know. Someone like Russell Brand. It's worth me mentioning Russell Brand because he is, I suppose, politically aligned, has been aligned with the left for as long as Russell Brand has been Russell Brand, you know, the brand of Russell Brand, as it were. I know that's completely double cheeseburger, but I'm a fan. I like Russell Brand a great deal. He's one of those people. Being a Brit, I actually lived in Grays, which is the part of Essex where Russell is from. So I am extremely familiar with the type of sort of not just upbringing, but that environment, the kind of life that Russell led, so to speak. So it's not. It's not. I'm not being hyperbolic, and I'm not using artistic licensing or embellishment to say that someone like Russell Brand. That it's worth me mentioning Russell Brand because I, in the UK here, obviously, like any country, there's good areas and not so good areas. And I spent, probably 5 or 7 years, but certainly in this one area of a part of Essex, just near Grays, which is where Russell is from. And it's something that I was exposed to on the daily. So it's not as if I spent a limited amount of time there and I don't have anything to gauge it by. So when you hear Russell Brand speak the way he does and make references to certain undesirables and undesirable sort of life choices and his very public and prolific drug use. Again, I'm not not condoning drugs or saying that. Well, it's a very sweeping statement, isn't it? Because I'm not specifying what type of drugs, but the point I'm making is that Russell is not being hyperbolic when he says that it's quite a rough area, and I'm amazed with Russell Brand and also really encouraged. Do you know what I mean? Because he's had you can't even say it's a meteoric rise. He's had a steady rise. He's been on our screens for over 20 years. And the good thing about Russell Brand is that I find him incredibly endearing, very, very likable. Sort of guy that just my own thoughts. I don't have those. A lot of people look at fellow humans and they are just fellow humans. And because they've reached that rarefied atmosphere, this sort of social sphere, really, where they are celebrated and they're called celebrities. And I just, I don't know, I find it infantilism, really, and obsession, and it's our preconceived ideas about the celebrity. And what's happening now publicly with Russell, in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm just debating whether I should continue on Twitch or not, or I should persevere. I should persevere because I'm trying to get off Instagram. I'm endeavouring to get off Instagram and to be purely YouTube and Twitch. Just before I dive too deep, I'm just debating whether I should keep this one going here with YouTube and just potentially try Insta again. I don't think it makes any odds, really, does it? Not sure really. Anyway, I'll give it a few. I'll do a little bit. I'll do a little bit. I'm just going to shut this down on. Hang on, if I can. Let's just try. Let me give this a quick whirl. We can but try. Is that going to go in there? Give it a go. Yeah, I'll give this a go. Okay, I'll give it a go. Like I say, the goal is obviously to inform. Excuse me. Is to inform probably through Instagram, that I'm not going to be wanting to use Instagram. I've permanently deactivated my Facebook account because it's Facebook. Um, Obviously Instagram is the same company, certainly owned by the same person and people. So I the deep hypocrisy is not lost on me. You can't with straight face say, oh yes, I don't like this company, or do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, anyway. Look, I'll speak a bit. I don't want to do too long tonight because I don't want to. There you go, simple as that. But reality bites tonight on episode 439, and I'll tell you why reality bites. We are seeing, look, number one, I'm encouraged by this. Let me from the get-go, let me be very clear. I am spurred on, I'm encouraged by what's happening, because there's nothing more convincing to my eyes, to my mind, than when you see a former lefty, for want of a better word, because we are talking about LARPing, we are talking about ideologues. So if you're a LARParian, live action role player, and there seems to be almost like an epidemic among young people who actually think it's not just a qualification but an actual subject, of activism. So whereas an old fart like me might write down on a experience or qualification, you're listing what your achievements are in life, and you're putting, I did, went to school, went to college, and when people do their resumes, their curriculum vitae, maths, English, art, geography, all the usual subjects. But now activism is an actual subject, and it's being rewarded, should I say. This it's beyond absurd. This is the upside down cake. On the subject of cake, let them eat cake. Is an attitude adopted by the left now, isn't it? They're very guilty of snobbery. So look, this is where I get positive affirmation. I see a chink in the bullshit armor. I see a break in the chain of disillusionment and cognitive dissonance and confirmation bias, and really the banner would be, if I was to paint broad strokes, the mob. Case in point, the Kyle Rittenhouse case now going on, the Kenosha shooting in America, or anything that attracts the mob. What did we have last year? The whole George Floyd, right? He's Saint George Floyd now, peace be upon him. Saintly or knighted, I don't know. It's the level of performative politics, of performative art, whether it's the mask mandate, the vaccine mandate, or whatever. We are seeing unprecedented levels of not just cuckery, because people have always taken the path of least resistance. I get that, especially if you're a person with a partner and kids, and you want, let's just say, again, let me give you a hypothetical which is not far from reality bites. I've got to keep on topic, yeah. You've got a job, and just knowing now that your company, your boss, your whoever can say to you, that's it, Timmy. You've got to get this done. It's mandatory, compulsory. It's shocking. It's shocking. So your headbutts the microphone, with the peak, it is shocking though well, in fact, the encouraging thing to this disgraceful development is that one of the American courts has blocked or certainly caused the Biden administration to yield a little bit. It's horrible what's happening, and this is why I talk about left ideologues and people that were once lefties, people that were affiliated to and aligned with the left, and they were often just outspoken people that are now frankly having the courage. And it is, guys, if you make a career, this is why I mention what a person may put on their resume, because now we are dealing with a real topsy-turvy reward system where quote unquote young people are being told it's good to be an activist. It's the most disingenuous, entitled title I can think of. To have the hubris, to have the narcissistic, it's bonkers. It's bonkers. What are you? Oh, an activist. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you think that much of yourself. It's so. Look, let me get back to Russell Brand and people from that camp. Now, Glenn Greenwald is a great journalist, defected to Brazil. When you see an extremely talented, to put in perspective, Glenn Greenwald is the journalist that broke the Snowden case. For those of you that are familiar with or remember the Edward Snowden case from 2013, 2015, around there. And of course the subsequent Oliver Stone film of the same name came out a few years ago. I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt played Snowden. Very good film, actually, very good. I'm just, I'm absolutely blown away at the level of lying. It's almost like I wear my little head out by thinking about this too much, or allowing these thoughts to permeate my Swede. Russian collusion, of course. That's the instant one that springs to mind, where you're going to see daytime PSA people, public service announcers like Rachel Maddow in America, and of course we've got our fair share here, haven't we? It's just I'm more American centric in what I watch on YouTube. Yes, so the elite, it's bloody horrible. You've got such treachery afoot, and of course let's not forget, this is what Dwight D. Eisenhower did warn us of when he was leaving office. A very famous footage of Eisenhower as he warned the planet, really, of the military-industrial complex. And it's happening now more than ever when you see these disgusting, decrepit creatures, a real living in a den of iniquity, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, if you will. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff. I think one of the worst culprits is Adam Schiff. Is Shifty Schiff. I think he's an American lawyer, but he was rose to greater fame and just infamy by trying going on a single, trailblazing, really, in a bad. Not good trailblazing, bad trailblazing. Adam Schiff. Let me go back to this Adam Schiff. Typical sort of p-head type person, went across America on all the talk shows that would have him and all the news channels that would have him, which of course they're all willing to have him, and this is around the sort of immediate build-up and win of Trump in the 2016 election against Hillary Clinton. Of course, it's Hillary Clinton because they've killed so many, but of course this Adam Schiff POS. Adam Schiff was telling, not suggesting, not insinuating, not saying, oh, we think we found, we think this points to, or alleged, alluding to. No. Adam Schiff and others sat there like the sociopathic liars they are, on camera, on these, typical Brian Stelter, CNN, Chris Cuomo, Rachel Maddow, MSNBC, whoever. Lying, a literal, well, to the level of the Fauci noble lie, only more, just, it's just, it's staggering to me. It's staggering that these people are employed, and not only are they employed, they've got a lot of money, and they get more money, and they get more donor money, and more chinking glasses, and rubbing shoulders, and probably Eskimo kisses or whatever they do, I don't know. But they all are for sale. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. You've got. I talk about this all the time. God, I'm super sleepy again. It's terrible. Basically, you can probably tell by my eyes, I've got to break the back of this sleeping thing. I've been having the most horrific insomnia, like literally lucky to nod off by 3:30, 4 a.m. Of course, my alarm goes at 5:30. So in reality, I think my face reflects this, as you can see, like beautiful panda eyes. I'm nodding off about, like I say, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then getting 90 minutes to 2 hours sleep. So I'll break the back of it. I gotta figure out a way. I will. So let me be clear. Let me preface this, because I don't want to go on mega long, but watershed moment, or no, not even that really. I had a bit of a personal epiphany today, because I looked at Russell Brand, who I'm again a great fan of. But when you say to yourself, this is it's a screw turn, isn't it? It's a complete about face when you've got people with the audience of Russell Brand. And I'm using Russell because I was just literally watching him tonight, and he's a good example, and I like him. He's funny. And he's not lying. It's almost like a conversion therapy. It's almost like, it's controversial to say, isn't it? Pray the gay away. But it's almost as if the people that are the most interesting in this realm, this sphere, are the converts. It's the people who were diehard leftists. They were like, I want everything, big government, just, it's like, these are the people that the others, as in the big, strong, strapping powers that be, just, they melt like a KP skip. They melt. It's weird, man. And you can say, follow the money and you'd be right. I've had various friends in America say to me, look, this is nothing deeper, Justin, than political PAC money and donations, and how there is deep, cross-party just bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't doubt any of that. I don't doubt it for a second. I'm just, I'm kind of gobsmacked that it's happened, and it's, like I say, the people, the cultural touchstones, these personalities that I think are funny, enigmatic, relatable, fellow Gen Xers like me. I look at brands, I look at Matt Taibbi, another great journalist. I look at Crystal and Saga, Breaking Points. Again, these are all American channels on YouTube. And Glenn Greenwald, of course, and the Jimmy Dore show, and of course the most probably mainstream name would be now Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan it demonstrates how far the needle for the entry level of what constitutes just a lefty is that it used to be, certainly in my lifetime, I could really go there with this, but I won't because I'm tired and I'm going to mess it up. But I've repeatedly said on this live stream, what on earth happened to the definition of a leftist? As a child, as a boy, I could spot people because I'd had enough experience, even as a little kid, little 4 or 5 year old Justin, I could spot a person that now I know to be a left-leaning person, because they would be wearing a holy, not that holy as in holes, mohair long jumper, and probably it's just, I don't know, I'm struggling. People that I can relate to who died in the war, leftists, and they're now going, oh shit, the Russian collusion was made up, the Steele dossier was bullshit. We are guilty. Tired already. But no, we are guilty for not being as loud as they are. If this was a shouting contest, if this was a competition between the right and the left, who can look, it's like, again, a lot of this is about a lot of this is about programming, conditioning. I don't know. Oh God, I shouldn't have done this stream. I shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't I? Too tired to stream. I'm gonna possibly post this. We'll see. But no point if I'm nodding off, is there? I will see you soon, though. Sorry for not being,